But supposedly Jay-Z cheated, which is why Solange kicked the shit out of him in the elevator, right?
Yeah.
And people was backing that because he supposedly cheated on Beyonce. But then what people don't know is Solange cheated on her husband with a white man. Ain't nobody heard about that shit.
Smushed Sandwich. Let's talk. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, do us a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. And today we're going to be talking about a few topics. Might be controversial. Might be, getting your feelings if you listen, but it's all right. So before I go into that, got two sponsors for the show tonight. The first sponsor is PureVPN. PureVPN, if you want to stay anonymous online, if you want to get around some of the restrictions in your area, use a VPN service. I'm going to leave links in the description section. Also, last episode, we had Sharon, who is the owner of Eclectic Soul Organics. She's sponsoring the show tonight. Going to leave links in the description section for her website, all about body butters and keeping your skin all nice and beautiful. So again, check out the links in the description section. All right, my name is Martel Hardy. I'm an author and investor. I have two books on Amazon. One is called Patches to Calvary. I'm going to leave links in the description section for that as well. The other book is called The Master Key to Unlock a Better You. Going to leave links in the description section for that. Ryan, what's going on, bro?
What up? Oh, yeah, for everybody that's paying attention to this, don't forget to share it as well. As much as if you're going to like it, thumbs up, comment, also share it, tell your peoples about it as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Tiffany?
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm excited to be here and to have some real raw discussion and to present a woman's point of view and some feminine energy.
All right.
Segue into that.
I'm gonna take another sip of this drink.
Oh yeah, take a sip.
Man, I want to get sponsored by Duce.
I'm telling you, man. Dude, I'm telling you, for real.
I want some.
Well, yeah, we gonna get there though. But let's get into it. Let's get into it.
All right. So, all right. Speaking about comedy, the first thing is Davechapelle. We're gonna get into that. I think Tiffany has some opinions about Mr. Chappelle. We're gonna hear about it tonight.
We sure are. But so this is what I'll say about Dave Chappelle. Mm-hmm. I think that you can't dismiss his brilliance. You can't say that he's anything short of genius.
That means you about to stab him all over his body.
Mm-hmm. Let me finish. And I think at the same time, if I were to say anything about most of our favorites, they have some elements of being problematic. And with Dave Chappelle, he's extremely problematic. And number one, he's super misogynistic. And he does a lot of homophobic material. And it's one thing to do stuff in the name of comedy. It's of course, you have the freedom of speech, but it's another thing to just shit on your population. You proclaim to be somebody who is such an advocate of social justice and uplift of the community, but it's and women are a part of the community. So how do you constantly shit on them and expect it to be it's in the name of community? It's in the name of comedy. Okay, it's not cool. It's kind of toxic.
Sir, would you like to rebut?
You know what? I wholeheartedly disagree for the simple fact that with comedy, everybody gets talked about. It's not just one particular set of people. Everybody gets it. I don't understand when it comes to the most successful comedians or entertainers, we pick apart something that they say when everybody got something to say about the same demographic. Don't matter if it's black people, white people, women, men, whomever. And the thing, the reason why I'm more, sensitive to the situation is, okay, let's take a group of people like gay people, right? Where gay people have been fighting for the right to be treated as equal as everybody else, right? So has black people gotten this? No. How much people is really like giving a damn about black people having equality other than black people? But for some reason with gay people, everybody and their mother supporting gay people. As if gay people, like, really, they don't do nothing wrong. And I'm like, the shit that they go about, how they going about shit. I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad people. I have nothing against gay people. Who doesn't know a gay person? Who doesn't know a gay person? My point is, if there's jokes about gay people, so everybody gets jokes upon. Why, as soon as somebody says something about a gay person, stop the press. This is not right. This person needs to get vilified for them talking about gay people. What's wrong with that? I don't understand.
All right, but what about the woman? The woman thing she said.
Same thing. Why can't women get talked about? Wait, my whole thing is this. Tiffany, do women do anything wrong at all?
1,000%. And so it's not that basic, right? So I think that, like, there's nuance to this conversation. Yeah, you can take jabs at various different communities, but it's a question of how you take those jabs, right? That's a
who are you hearing? What dude you hearing saying this?
I'm just gonna say this.
What dude you hear saying that?
It's gonna be crazy as hell to edit all these curses out.
I don't care right now. You know what? I'm not even gonna say I don't care. I don't even say I don't care. Okay, but like I said in the promo, I'm looking to piss people off right now. So it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm looking to piss people off. But I understand what you got to do on your side, so I'm not going to necessarily like shit on your job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that.
As he does in the midst of saying he's not.
But what I'm saying is, again, all right, even if you made the point of saying that's what dudes say about other dudes, right? Yeah. If you're telling me that that's what you hear dudes say about other dudes, why can't I say certain things about women? Because that means that means you're telling me that men go at other men, so it's only right to go at women, and it's what you're telling me. So men is only supposed to just go at men and not say nothing about women? How is that gonna sound? How is that gonna look?
I never said that they don't say anything about women, right? I said that it's the approach.
You know why I think a lot of talk about women is so emphatic? Because not enough women, and Martel, we be having conversations about this regularly. I think a lot of the beef that, even though it's said in a joking way, is so emphatic is because a lot of the situations that you hear that's told in jokes, that's because so much women don't hold each other accountable.
And men hold men accountable? Because how many apologists for R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Harvey, like how many rape apologists do we have in our men don't hold men accountable?
Wait a minute, hold up. You mean to tell me there isn't an infinite amount of jokes on R. Kelly to this day?
A joke is one thing, but a joke is not holding somebody accountable.
But we're talking about, it's stemming from comedy though, right? The stuff that you hear about women is stemming from comedy though, correct?
But wait, we changed the subjects.
How? We're still in the same lane.
Wait, I feel you, but at the end of the day, I just nah. And I think that I can bring Kevin Hart into the conversation.
R. Kelly's career is finished, not only because of what he's done, the way he has been, we got in his ass about the shit that he's done.
Okay, but how many black men specifically were in the documentary that led to the demise of his career? Several black men were asked and declined to be a part of it because they were fearful for how it would look to openly criticize
R. Kelly?
Wait, hold on. But Tiffany, a lot of men openly, not even in that documentary, openly in other ways got at R. Kelly still to this day. So it don't only have to happen in that documentary. You got a bunch of people all over all kinds getting at R. Kelly.
I'm gonna pee on you too.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, but it is connected. It's funny that y'all bring in R. Kelly because Dave Chappelle did a skit about R. Kelly peeing on women. So drip drip.
But that wasn't condemning the behavior.
He owned you, drip drip drip.
You say that's condoning the behavior?
It's not condemning it. It's just making light of it.
All right, so all right, because you said black men, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, as opposed to just men, period, right?
So I thought that we were talking. So we can have both conversations. I was just making sure.
I was just making sure as far as the point you initially was going, where you was going.
Well, let me tell you why I said what I said, because you said that women don't hold each other accountable. I want you to say more about what you mean about that, because we can go there.
Okay, we can use a plethora of different, avenues on why I feel women don't hold each other accountable, and I use the same type of scenarios all the time or what have you and such. For example, if let's say Martel, right? Let's say he cheated on his girl or whatever, right?
I would never do such a thing.
No, let's say Martel is a star. Let's say he's a star to where everybody has access to him as far as his social media or whatever. If it comes out that he's cheated, how is he going to be viewed?
It depends, because most men who cheat can redeem themselves, i.e.
Okay, I even go further.
Okay.
Jada Pinkett cheated on her man, right? Jada Pinkett. See what you about to do right now? You're giving her a pass. You're giving her a pass, because if that was a dude, it wouldn't have mattered, because y'all still would have been like, oh, but y'all still together even though y'all separated. So you still wrong. Jada Pinkett did what she did, and the only thing that people was vilifying her for, not the fact that she cheated, the fact that she used the dude because he was sick. Not the fact that she cheated, the fact that she did homie dirty because he went to her for counsel and to be comforted in his time. They didn't shit on her for cheating. The funny thing about it is Will Smith was getting shitted on and he was the victim.
Okay. Martel, do you have any thoughts before I respond to that?
Well, y'all having a good time going back and forth. I'm just listening because but what I would say is specifically about the Jada Pinkett situation. I mean, that's a personal thing between Will and Jada. That's all I would say. Like, I wouldn't even use that as an example, because if that was cool with Will.
But cheating is a personal situation between couples.
But he didn't consider it cheating. Like, Will Smith didn't consider it cheating, though. So I would use a different example. Like, if anything, I would use the example with what's the girl we were just talking about the other day? She kicked her husband out.
Oh! You talking about Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah, I think that's a better example, because even though we don't know for sure if she did cheat, if she did, that situation I think is more potent and more relevant.
But I wouldn't even use that. But okay, fine. But again, regardless, it's still all personal, because of the simple fact that these people. All right, if I say Jay-Z and Beyonce, you would say that was personal between them. But supposedly Jay-Z cheated, which is why Solange kicked the shit out of him in the elevator, right?
Yeah.
And people was backing that because he supposedly cheated on Beyonce. But then what people don't know is Solange cheated on her husband with a white man. Ain't nobody heard about that shit.
I heard about that. That's crazy.
All right, but that shit ain't come out. So nobody said shit. That shit ain't come out. She didn't get thrown under the bus for that shit.
Well, I would like to speak on the Will and Jada situation, because I've had this debate with women who are just like, she humiliated him. I can't believe she did that to him. How dare she? You know,
who was that? Some older woman that said that shit? That definitely sounded like some older woman that said that.
Well, my thing is, if I was in that relationship and I were Will, I would not have felt that she cheated on me. But I think that the reality is that when people see the male ego targeted or challenged, especially for somebody who is so sort of ego driven and has such a very like polished and pristine image that gets tarnished by his wife, I think a lot of men just felt vicariously hurt because it's like, wow, if it could happen to a nigga like Will Smith, then what could happen to me? You know what I'm saying? And so I think that we got to be honest about stuff like that.
I agree and I disagree at the same time. You know why I think a lot of people felt a certain way? Because you had a lot of couples who wanted their relationship to be like theirs. And when they seen them go through some real shit, it was like, I thought y'all was the perfect couple. So when that happened, it broke a lot of people because they didn't expect that. And then at the same time, it was like Will Smith, who for years was probably like one of the most wanted men in the world by women, to see a woman do that to him, it almost took the Superman emblem off his chest.
But that's the thing, though. What did she do to him? She didn't do anything to the dude. So they was having problems in their relationship.
Right.
He said during the interview, he told her, I'm done with your ass. Like, right. We taking a break. Like, so, and according to, what's the dude's name? I'm bugging out right now.
August.
Yeah, August. He said he had a conversation with Will Smith, and Will Smith was pretty much like, hey, I don't know if he said this verbatim, but I guess the gist of it was, hey, that's y'all's situation now. So I don't know why people have this perspective that Jada did anything to him.
You know why I say, only reason why I say it is because of the simple fact, if the shoe's on the other foot. Now to take it a step further, it's like, okay, I've seen in many situations, if a man in a relationship cheat, what's the first thing a woman say to the dude? If you got to cheat, why you just didn't leave the relationship? Right? All right, fine. And I also seen in certain situations when a woman cheat, women comfort them chicks even when it's like, okay, oh, you cheated for your own reasons.
That's
and it's
true.
like, well, you didn't tell the chick why you didn't leave. You That's okay true. Her for cheating because it's like, oh, word, he didn't want to do this, he didn't want to do that. Yeah, bitch, yeah, you should do. Let's go to Miami and shit. We gonna, you know what I mean? We gonna do this, that, and the third or whatever. I've seen so much chicks encourage other chicks to cheat for the same reasons that a dude cheated, but you vilify him for it.
Well, see, in my experience, the scenario that you're describing typically happens after somebody has been cheated on and then they're trying to avenge that cheating, not just.
But if that dude didn't do it to you, if it happened to you in your past, why you gonna do it to him? He didn't do it to you.
I hear you. I think it's difficult to talk about things in an abstract because, like, I personally don't know of any instances like that. And
I've known of many. And it's even, I'm pretty sure you heard of shit like, let's say a woman that got treated wrong in a relationship. Let's say she just got mentally abused in a relationship, right? Like a dude was always calling her ugly, calling her fat. She wasn't overweight and she was self-conscious about herself, all right? This was going on for years. Okay, fine. She broke up with this dude and a couple of years later got with another dude who treated her like royalty. But because she's never been used to that, she didn't listen to it. So anytime he was doing it, she wouldn't believe it. She wouldn't believe what he's saying. So it's like you think he's lying or you're not hearing it.
I mean, that's a damaged person, though. That's somebody.
No, but the point I'm making is this. Mm-hmm. If you're damaged, right? And I think in some sense, in a case, a lot of times, a woman knows she's damaged. Why would you put yourself in a situation to be with a dude knowing he's treating you good, but you don't believe him? So it's like it's like mentally the shit that happened to you, you giving off physically.
One last thing. we got to talk about, right? Should women pay spousal support or child support? What do you think, Tiffany?
I feel like I was just talking. Ryan, I'm curious your thoughts.
It's all right. You can talk.
As you just talk.
Yeah.
I think it depends. I think it depends in the same situation of, and if it's the dude in the situation, if you're not present, as far, I think, I don't know too much about the spousal support situation. I've never been in a situation to where I can speak more about that per se. With me having kids, I'm more in that situation of I haven't had to pay child support, but I know, I'm more closely related to that side of the story as opposed to spousal. So with that said, if to answer the question, I would more feel like a woman would have to pay child support because only if she's not present really. Like if it was a situation where she abandoned a kid, like a dude, and then she perhaps resurfaced or whatever the case is, or they found her to some degree, then it's like, yeah, that's the type of situation I feel like, yeah, because of the penalty of you taking off, you should pay some support.
Well, I just want to. All right, so only in that situation, if she abandoned the kid. What if it was just a separation and the father?
No, I don't feel like even the dude should have to pay child support if they separated. Because if he's still in the kid's life, that means he's still providing. So why should he have to be paying child support?
I mean, all right, I hear what you're saying. All right, but I think there's a difference between like a court ordered child support and
right, but I think
just the guy taking his money weekly and giving to the mom or whatever.
Right, but I'm saying, all right, even I know there's a difference with voluntary and involuntary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I think a lot of situations, because of between a man and a woman, because she's salty because of the breakup, she's going to court to put him on support. And that's effed up because he's actively in the kid's life. So it's like you're not taking the money you're not going to court and get money taken away from him because, he's not supporting the kid. You're doing it for your own gain. You're doing it to be spiteful. It's not even about the kids. You're doing it for yourself. Just like, if we're going to talk about Dr.Dre situation, it don't seem to be a situation where she's doing it because of, I need this. She's pissed off.
Man, I got so many feelings about that. Like, I don't know what the exact number was, but let's just say 10 million. Like, what are you doing with that amount of money? Like
a month?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yo, didn't that, I think they did. I think they researched it and came up with a number and how much it takes to raise a kid to support a kid every month. 10 million is way past that number. And my whole thing is this.
I think they said, just to piggyback off of that, I think there was a study and they said to raise a child from birth to age, I think 18 or 21, only takes about $200 and something thousand in America.
Okay. See, but we talking about like basic ass lifestyles. It's nothing basic about the way they live. It's like part of it is when you marry somebody. So here's the thinking behind the whole Dr.Dre conversation. It's you married her. She was with you, pre you releasing Beats by Dr.Dre. So the assumption is that whether directly or indirectly, she contributed to your ability to be able to do these things. As a result, you've gotten her accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So if this marriage ends, especially at your fault, then you need to provide her with the support to ensure that she maintains this lifestyle that you've gotten her accustomed to.
All right, I'm not upset with you for making that statement because I don't know if that's your perspective or not, but
it's illegal. It's like legal though. It's not my.
Yeah, but it's legal for cops to shoot unarmed black men in certain situations and get away with it. So the fact that the legality of it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right.
That comparison is just foul. I want to say that, but go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of things that are quote unquote legal that are morally wrong. For example, I hear what you're saying, right? But my thing is this: do people honestly believe that if Dr. Dre didn't marry that woman, he would have not been a successful artist, producer, businessman? Like,
That's
really?
not the point.
But do
That's
people
not the
think that?
point. That's not the point.
But you said there's an assumption that because he was married to her, that she somehow contributed to these things. How?
That's not what I said. I didn't say that. I said
this is being recorded,
marriage. I didn't say because. I said during the marriage there is an underlying. So whether it's you're taking care of the kids, which brings me up to be able to focus on creating this stuff, or hey, we co-conspiring, or you're like giving me sex or whatever, so I'm having a good quality of life, so I have the energy to, like what?
No, all right, but
Tiffany, can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What was your all right? Well, I don't want to ask you your age. I'm not going to do that. What was your longest relationship? How long did it last?
2 years.
2 years. All right. Okay. I mean, that's not giving me enough to work with, but okay.
It's not.
But how long did it take for you to know this relationship wasn't going to work?
Knew it early.
All right. She was with him 20 plus years, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure she knew a long time before it ended. She was, this was not going to last. This is going to end at some point.
I mean, that's a good point, but I have to circle back and go back to what she said, because I don't know if that's her opinion, but I got to speak to the fact that people do think like that. And my question to anybody who thinks like that is, these celebrities, these athletes, right, who are multimillionaires, do people really believe that because they're married, somehow that contributed to their success?
Okay. Well, this is what I'm saying. Regardless of that's what you believe or not, during the course of their marriage, he made her accustomed to living a certain lifestyle. And like, forget her. Let's just focus on the kids. Mm-hmm. And like, by extension, the kids are in private schools. They never have to make or eat peanut butter and jelly. They all have acai bowls and gourmet salads and shit for lunch. Like, everybody is accustomed to this certain of lifestyle.
Okay.
But hold on, let me finish. And the reason why this lifestyle is challenged and the reason why they're getting a divorce, so she alleged, because she's the person who filed for divorce, is because he had several extramarital affairs and he was abusive. Thus and such, culpability is on him to.
So we not holding her culpable? So we're not holding her culpable? Because again,
here's the thing. Let me finish. He has to take responsibility for those marriage nullifying acts, right? So that is why the union is no longer happening. Otherwise, they would have been able to maintain their life just as it was.
So we're not gonna hold her culpable for the simple fact that, again, in the beginning, when I'm gonna reiterate, she didn't know. She knew his checkered past. She knew his checkered past, and she had that mindset of, oh, I can change him. I'm a good woman. I'm what he needs. So because you felt like you can change him, but you didn't, he's wrong for still being him, who he always was from the door. But yet you still got with him. You knew his history, and he didn't change, and that's his fault.
Well, because this situation.
Hold up. Yeah, like, because you didn't change him the way you thought you was gonna change him. Now, also, I wanna add. So, what if the situation was if the shoe was on the other foot? If she was the one making all that bread, but they've been together for that long, and he went to court requesting all of that money, Tiffany, would you have felt like it was warranted?
Well, it depends on what the circumstances were. If she was,
and
yes, she should be paying. I mean, look at what happened with Mary J. Blige. Her husband cheated on her. Yeah. She still had to pay him millions.
And Halle Berry.
Child support for his kids that weren't her kids.
And the thing is, it's him that people is shitting on because he's the one that's, he's the one that asks for this amount of $30,000 a month, all this shit or whatever the case is. Nobody is sitting there like congratulating him for the fact of him getting that money. People are shitting on him because it's like, you ain't no real man for doing that shit. Okay. At the end of the day, like Martel said, it's all morals. It's all morals at the end of the day. And morally, the way people get attacked in these situations of child support or spousal support is morally wrong. Because again, like he said, you mean to tell me it was her support that led to his $1 billion empire? See,
I think that's an example of what I said versus what y'all heard. Y'all heard that through a male, through the lens of y'all past traumas and y'all past hurts. Because I say that she was responsible.
Well, I'll say this. Maybe the way you stated it gave that impression. So I'll be willing to admit that maybe I interpreted that. But you did say to a certain extent that under the law, that is how the law views it, right? So that's what I was responding to. Not specifically that's your opinion, but because you stated that. And if people believe that, I think that is a morally wrong way to conduct like these separations. Because I'm not saying that the man, of course, if you're a billionaire, millionaire, and that's the mother of your children, you should try to keep them in a comfortable lifestyle, and it probably should be a higher standard than the average person who's not a millionaire. But when you talk about some of these women wanting $2 million per month or $30 million a year for child support and spousal support, that's come on, that's ridiculous.
Look. All right, because I'm pretty sure we're at the end of this, but let me just ask the question. Let's say a guy like Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, who had to give his ex-wife half of what he was worth.
Billions.
Because he cheated or whatever the case is, and they got a divorce. So in a divorce, she got half. Now, is it because did she go looking for half because of he cheating and that was her feeling like I should get what I'm worth because you cheated on me? Or for the most part, she got what she should have gotten? Because realistically, unless you win the lottery, who deserves $500 million? I don't care what you do in life. How you just deserve $500 million?
Okay, so my response to that is I have like 3 really short responses to that. One, both parties married, right? And so unless you have a prenuptial agreement that states otherwise, you are operating under the assumption that your partner is entitled to half, period, poo. Man, woman, whatever. That's number 1. Number 2, if you don't believe that, then you need to be strategic about the state in which you reside with your spouse. Because, for example, California is a no-fault state. So if you want some bullshit and you get filed a divorce against, then you don't have to necessarily be seen as a culpable party. And then my last piece would be, regardless of, things end, and it doesn't necessarily have to be toxic or problematic. So if it didn't work out, then both parties should come to the table and be reasonable. Like, okay, if a woman said, realistically, I don't need 50 billion. I'm good with 575 million. Handle that between y'all. Be mature. Be peaceful.
575 million?
I will say this, though. I will say this to her point.
575 million?
I will say this to hold men accountable. These men are in positions of insane amounts of wealth. They should have protected their money and got that prenup. They should have. Which Dre did.
I agree. I do agree. But how much? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying Dre actually got the prenup and she's fighting the prenup. So
because he broke the agreement in the prenup, which was being abusive, and he had extramarital affairs. So that. But
why did you? But again, this is not like it wasn't like this was new. It wasn't like this is new. It's like, it's like if your best friend is known for crashing cars and yet you still let them drive your car and they wrecked it. Who is at fault there, you or the friend? Why did you give the friend the car? You know they fuck shit up.
I think that would be shared responsibility, to be quite honest.
Fuck that. No, hell no.
I think
hell
that's
no.
it.
I'm not giving you.
No, because think about it. Maybe that was specifically put in the prenup. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of the prenup. But maybe she did have some type of sense to say, okay, you cannot be abusive or have extramarital affairs.
That was a rule in a relationship. Yeah. You can't be abusive.
Yeah. So now she has to prove in court that he was abusive to nullify.
Yeah, she was like all of his the chicks he was fucking with to come forward to say that he did this and that. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
She played herself because
exactly. There you go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was stupid. That was stupid.
She thought it was gonna have one of those Bill Cosby moments where everybody was gonna come out the woodwork.
For real, or Tiger Woods situations and shit. Yeah. Like chicks coming from out the woodwork, like, yup, I was fucking him. I was fucking him. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure all those chicks is like, yeah, if you get all this money, I give me parts of it. I say he did X, Y, and Z.
But they didn't. Nobody has been on her, like, because she actually wanted to name them as co-defendants along with her, and they were unwilling. But it puts her at a disadvantage to do that. So she would have.
That lets you know she was being too greedy. She could have. Yo, I'll tell you this much. That breakup could have been amicable if she would have just went to him and just said, look, I want this, that, and the third, and we good. And he probably would have hit her off with a little bit more and then called it would have been the end of the day.
So since we're being hypothetical and you're saying she's being bitter, well, who's to say that he was willing to be amicable? Like, it is really in both their best interest to be.
I'm saying she wasn't trying to be amicable by how much she asking for. He probably could have said to you, yo, I give you like 50 million and you good. That wasn't good enough for her.
50 million is no. That is a severe decline in the lifestyle that she used.
50 million?
Yes.
That's a severe decline in your lifestyle? Sweetheart, what was your lifestyle before you started fucking with Dre?
That's not the point, because
it is the point. Because if you listen, let me tell you something. I don't care. I don't care what you used to in life. You'll always remember what it tastes like to eat ramen noodles. I don't care what you ate. You ate ramen noodles enough, you remember the taste of them shits. You ain't gonna forget that shit. It's like, that's not, even because you live in upscale now, that doesn't mean or whatever. Like, he was big. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he offered something to where she could have lived life and didn't have to worry about shit.
I don't care, but somebody say $50 million is a down. I mean, it may be compared to a billionaire, but yo, you're not in that situation anymore. That situation, you have been removed.
Okay.
50
so
million? Wow.
Let me put it to you like this. You know, if you have a lawsuit,
she might not get shit.
But hold on, let me speak. So let me tell you, if you have a lawsuit, right, and somebody does something to wrong you, then you can sue somebody for pain and suffering. Do you think this woman has not endured significant, sizable, and meaningful pain and suffering? And the least that she can have, y'all, this is monetary. He can go and make this money back, and he won't have to owe her.
Yeah.
Tiffany, wait. I'm gonna let you go because I think you're gonna go off. Let me just say, this is, in my opinion, this is the problem and why a lot of men, if you look at the numbers statistically now, a lot of men don't want to get married. And the reason why is because, not blaming you specifically, but what you just said, I think is a part of the problem why men don't want to get married. Because we keep hearing these cases and we keep hearing statements like that. Okay, let's just say I'm a jerk. Let's say I am an asshole. I'm a womanizer. You know, I drink too much. I'm verbally abusive, right? But I happen to be a millionaire. Okay. Do you think poor people don't go through pain and suffering in relationships?
But that's universal. He was the direct
No,
cause
but my
for pain
point.
and suffering.
No. I mean in relationships. So if I don't have a lot of money and I treat my woman like crap, she just walks away with nothing, right? Because I don't have nothing. But you're trying to tell me that because this man is rich, that $50 million is not sufficient? She needs to have more because of the pain and suffering?
It's not just because of the pain and suffering. I use that as an analogy. I said, here's the thing. If he wanted to keep his money, he would have kept his wife. Why does he have to take no responsibility and maintain her lifestyle? It's money. He can get more money. It's material goods.
Not enough
he
to
can
maintain
get more.
a lifestyle. 50 million?
It's not. It's just not.
You know that for sure?
Yes, if she's a billionaire.
No, she's not a millionaire. She's not, because she wouldn't be asking for this money if she was.
She is, because her husband is a billionaire and they are one. When you enter into that,
they clearly aren't one.
It's contract.
It's two. I got money.
It is a legal contract.
I'll say this.
Because you're not married.
Legally, she's right. But I'm just saying, like I said previously, the law to me is not always fair.
Right. So then protect yourself. If you have different beliefs, then you make sure that you protect yourself.
But
so
he did.
In that situation.
He had a prenup. And she's fighting the prenup.
Violated it. So where's his responsibility?
Where's her responsibility? Why did you get with him in the first place? Because you knew of his lifestyle. You knew how he was. And yet you still felt the need to do that.
Allegedly.
So you put yourself in that. Hold up. You said something about whatever. Anyway, my point of the situation is this: it's still gonna be the same thing. We can't sit there and say we can't say not to hold him accountable for what he's done, because we already exposed the shit that he's always been. My whole thing is this, and I kept saying it. Why isn't she holding? Because at the end of the day, you knew who this dude was, and yet you still felt the need to go have kids with him, get married to him or whatever, because you thought you could change a man who wasn't going to change.
Okay, and you're absolutely right. And guess what the consequences for her actions was? She was getting her ass beat and she was getting cheated on. So she has faced her consequences. So
did she report? Has he ever gotten arrested for beating her ass or anything like that?
He Dr.Dre, so probably the hell not.
That's exactly the reason why you married him, because he's Dr.Dre.
Oh wait, that's why I said allegedly, because that's what she's trying to prove that hasn't been substantiated. That's an allegation that he beat her ass. She has to prove that.
So then by that same token, it's an allegation that she knew about his past.
No.
We don't know her life. We don't know her story.
She in a cave in Afghanistan. She didn't know Dr. Dre was out here bugging.
And we're gonna use that same sideways ass logic to say that he actually hasn't been abusive. And
No.
Hold up. You said her pain and suffering, right? You said her pain and suffering, correct?
Wait. I think. Wait. I just gotta say this. Now, if no one has evidence of me doing something, that's an allegation. You have to prove that I did that. But like you said, it's been publicly known that he's been sleeping with random women. He's had interactions where he abused women. This is public knowledge.
Shit, he's Dr. Dre, like you said. He's Dr. Dre.
So it's not like sideways logic. Like if she didn't know that, she would have had to been in a cave somewhere with no access to any newspapers, TV. No, she had to know this guy's action. Like I think it's different.
I'm willing to concede that point, and yet I still think that.
I just want to ask this question before we get out of here. I just want to ask this question. You said how she should get it for her pain and suffering, correct?
No, I did not say that. I used that as an analogy for why people should get paid And
so you're not using it as she was going through some pain and suffering.
Well, she was, but it's just an analogy. Let's just say it's just an analogy.
Okay, so even with you mentioning the fact that she was getting her ass beat, that's not pain and suffering.
It is, but I think that there's like layers to it and it's nuanced. The chief reason why I think she should get paid is because she got him, like he got her accustomed to a certain lifestyle and he should just maintain. And also in the interest of their kids, not just for her solely.
They don't have kids. They have a grown children. Like they're adults. So that's not even the case anymore. You can't even use that.
But I'll say this. I agree that the amount of time they was together, she should get some money. Like she shouldn't just walk away.
We established that 50 million, and that's not enough.
Yeah, I think that's where I disagree. Like if he was like, yo, here's 50 million. 50 million, yo, you know what 50 million would do to change the life of the average person? And this is why people don't like rich people. Because somebody, I don't care how long you had that life. He gave you that life. Okay, you're not together. He has a prenup. If hypothetically he offered her 50 million to say, oh, that's not enough. What? To me, that's insane.
She will be practically, compared to how she's living now, she will be like, I'm not going to say that because that would be problematic, but she would be severely downgrading her lifestyle. So the thing is, she has to subsist off of 50 million for the remainder of her life, right? That's the assumption.
Oh, I'm sorry. You used to living on 200 acres. So you have to go reduce yourself to maybe 50 acres. That's not good enough to live in.
And she's living in Los Angeles. So you have to consider
So you ain't got to live in Los Angeles. She could go live in Florida or Texas or some shit.
But that's where she's established.
Oh my God. You know what?
I'll say this.
I don't get y'all logic. I genuinely don't. I just genuinely don't get the logic.
Because you know what? Yeah, okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
I just think I'm not even looking at this from like a man's point of view. I'm just looking at this as what sounds right. Right? I don't care if I was married to Oprah. If I was married to Oprah and we broke up and she said, yo, here's 50 million. I'm not gonna be like,
I appreciate you, Oprah. Yeah. I'm out.
I'm not gonna be like, I deserve more. You know, you had me flying it. Like, yo,
okay. hold up. You know what, to even say that? Stedman, right? Who she supposedly was fucking, right? Was the jokes about him living in the guest house. What Stedman was getting, have you heard anything come from Stedman's mouth?
Nah, but that's the
thing. I think we only heard his name. We've never really heard him utter a sentence, really.
I think, I just, me personally, I think the reason why, I'm not doing this to bash you at all, Tiffany. I just think
I don't feel bashed. I just don't see your logic will continue.
I just think. To use one of the common words now is triggered. I think the reason I'm triggered is because I don't like this whole like entitlement vibe that people have these days. Like there are people who are literally suffering because they don't have the money to do just basic things. So for someone to say, oh, 50 million is not enough for me, yo, man, what was that? Maria Antoinette, right? Who got decapitated. Let them eat cake, that chick, right? That's what I feel like. I feel like people should be with pitchforks and shovels. Like 50 million is not enough. Yo, give me 1 million. Give me 100.
That was crazy for not taking 50 million.
And my thing is, as people who have no actual concept of what it's like to have, it's like we can't look at it from our perspective. We have to really put ourselves into the shoes of the person who's in the situation. And I just don't feel like it's fair or reasonable for her to have to downgrade her lifestyle because of the things that he did that were wrong.
And this is why I say a lot of men don't want to get married.
And that's fine. But the thing is, do the right thing. And this is not a conversation. This is how your ass gets held accountable. If you don't want to be held accountable,
but again,
do the right thing.
No, I think the right thing is, regardless if you was with me or not, I would be a billionaire. So the fact that I fucked up and we're separating, I'm giving you 50 million. I think that's the right thing. Because I think 50 million is a lot of money. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of money. That's my opinion.
I think that's very reasonable, but I just don't think that it applies. I just don't.
I mean, I get your point from her point of view, but my thing is, I think I just disagree with that point of view. Like, I think somebody offer you 50 million, then you adjust.
You take it.
Yeah, you adjust. You know what I mean?
It's like y'all saying it like he rear-ended her and she's just, and
shit, if a person rear-ended me and gave me 50 million, I'm good. I'm good.
I am too.
Because think about it. There are people who have been in car accidents, who have been arms messed up, legs messed up, crazy. And their settlement is like 10 million. You gotta live the rest of your life you like this now. And 10 million? And then somebody, because I'm with a billionaire, I need more than 50 million. I'm just saying, like, from just a perspective of life and reality.
Living like this now. Let me not even do that. Let me not even do that. Because let me not even do that. I'm okay.
I'm just saying the optics of it just.
No, I feel you. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. And I'm telling you, like, even, I mean, I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say, but even think of it like, well, fuck it. You even think of like how much parents or families, when they go through their pain and suffering, let's say because of less, like, when a cop kill an innocent black man and the city award them like 1.5 million or 4 million or whatever the case is. Yeah, to them that's not enough, but I'm guessing after a while that money helped them, move forward and at some point.
Well, I'm gonna let Tiffany have the last word on this.
Okay, so what I think is flawed about you guys' premise is that in every scenario that y'all are describing, these people then have an upgrade in lifestyle as a result of this money. And also you have to consider the source of the money. These people don't have Dr. Dre money. So my thing is, like, it may be a drop in the bucket to him. We can't really say, because he's still going to have billions of dollars left if he gives her 575 million. So my question is, if she doesn't need that, then why does he need it? And he's the person who drew her in and brought her into that lifestyle by y'all argument. Like, why is she not getting any accolades or any credit for having been a wife? Like, that is a significant role to have played if it's a partnership.
Okay. Well, all right. I said I was giving her the last word, right?
Yeah, so, for real. Yeah, for real. You got that. It's been a joy battling with you, Tiffany, and I'm looking forward to doing this again real soon.
Yes.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm about to watch the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones.
I think it's the undercards. It's the undercards first.
Yeah. What time his start? Like,
I'd probably start like close to 12 because it's like 3 undercards and shit before the fight.
We had time then.
Yeah, but nah, yeah. Because I'm about to shoot to go do something real quick and come back. I don't know if y'all still want to talk afterwards, but if so, I hit you back.
All right, cool. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
All right.
If you like this, again, thumbs up, share this, subscribe to the channel, and check out the description section for those links. Thank you for watching. Peace. Peace.
Thanks.